Previously, on the game Overthinker, the mysterious time traveler OmegaThinker revealed that the world would soon be destroyed by the android menace known as RoboThinker.
The entire human race wiped out by some Chivo-hunting robo-douche. When do I fight him? That's just it, Overthinker. You don't.
Could RoboThinker really be Earth's greatest threat? Is OmegaThinker telling the whole truth? Will the Overthinker really have to sit this one out? Find out next on the game Overthinker!
Overthinker, you don't understand. You're damn right I don't, Clogs. How can you expect me not to at least try to fight the RoboThinker? Because you can't beat him. Says who? Says the man who killed the Anti-Thinker. I killed him too, OmegaThinker. Only after he killed you, and even then you had divine intervention to help you out. Then you had his anti-metal to kill the two ninjas, and then you had their stones to defeat the Necro-Thinker. What you've been is lucky. Listen, in my time people think of the game Overthinker as this myth, as this legendary hero. They truly believe that if you'd survived, you could have stopped the RoboThinker. But I studied the records. I know the truth. That's why I had to come back. The truth is, you were never really cut out for this, and you know it. Look, I'm sorry, man, but it's true. You had a great run, but you're not a warrior. You were never meant to be a warrior. You're a video host. So what am I supposed to do now? Live your life. Hunt video creatures for Commissioner Bunnyface. Do your show. That's the most important thing. Welcome home, dude! Whoa! When did Cyndi Lauper get here? Hey man, you should turn on the TV. The senator and that rabbit guy just interrupted the news.
Attention citizens, this is the Commissioner of Police. We have confirmed sightings of some kind of android life form approaching the outskirts of the city. At this time, we are asking you to remain calm. In addition, Senator Joseph Lieberson would like to make an announcement of his own. My fellow citizens, approximately 10 minutes ago, a hostile unidentified flying object entered our airspace. Details are scarce, but it appears to be some kind of sentient mechanical being that will only identify itself as the RoboThinker.
Oh my god.
Well, that didn't take long.
At this time, we foresee no cause for alarm, but as a precaution, I have dispatched my personal security detachment, Cobalt Corps, to respond to the situation.
Hey, do you guys remember voting for the senator to have a private army? 'Cause I don't remember voting for the senator to have a private army.
It begins. I have to go. I understand. Good luck, OmegaThinker, and thank you. Good luck to you too, Overthinker. For what it's worth, it's been a genuine honor to meet you for real, sir. So now what do we do? I mean, do we even have a topic for today?
You're making me do Ask Ivan this time, remember?
Really? Oh, good! I'll pull up the inbox, you start the opening credits.
Sir, the intro ran a little long. Maybe we should just skip right to the questions.
Okay, here we go. What's your opinion of the Kingdom Hearts game series?
Love it. Kinda getting impatient for another full-scale console version.
What do you like besides donuts?
Larger and more elaborate donuts.
What do you think of humans who cosplay as fairies at conventions?
Is that a thing people do?
Oh yeah.
Are they cute?
Sometimes.
Then I'm okay with that.
Who is the best pony?
Rarity.
What is your opinion on giant tropical butterflies?
Nothing I can say out loud on a show my family might be watching.
Why does your boss make me feel like a bad person for liking first-person shooters?
Because my boss is a tactless oaf who rarely if ever considers the consequences of his actions or the feelings of others.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
Tinkerbell or Navi? Who would...
Navi, we've been over this.
Ivan, don't you want me to finish reading through the question?
You're gonna put it up on screen, they can read.
Well, you're going through a lot of these very fast.
I want to fit a lot in, that's how I roll.
Okay.
Navi or Fluttershy?
Dude, one of those is like a horse. What's the matter with you?
What upcoming game titles are you looking forward to, and why?
Hey, Ice King, why'd you steal our garbage? I'd better not have to explain why.
There are some developers that went on record that the Wii U is too different to bother to develop for and don't know how to create games around the Wii U controller. Do you think this is just an excuse for lack of creativity and or laziness?
I don't even think it's an excuse. I think that's game developers being refreshingly upfront and honest about their lack of creativity and laziness. I'd like to see more of that. Hey, EA, how come this game sucked? Why, we don't care because we know you're gonna buy it anyway, haha.
Who's your favorite pony?
Pinkie Pie?
Ivan, are you at all worried that the MacGuffin emeralds will corrupt Overthinker after prolonged use like the yellow one did to RetroThinker?
It's less worried than it is already grudgingly resigned.
After all this horrible stuff that's been happening in gaming culture recently, do you still self-identify as a gamer to other people who don't know you?
I'll be honest, lately I'm getting to the point where I don't want to. Hey boss, what did you guys go by before people started saying gamer?
Player, mostly.
Huh, that's much better.
What is your favorite non-Nintendo game from this console generation?
Fist of the North Star, Ken's Rage.
Seriously?
Ivan likes punching.
Assuming you read comics, who do you think would win in a psychic duel? Jean Grey or Tetsuo Shima?
Dude, Jean Grey, that's not even hard.
Yeah, I mean Phoenix Force, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, Phoenix Force can just blow up whole star systems. Just because.
Phoenix Force. The end.
In your debut episode, Overthinker said you were his accountant's kid. Who exactly is this mysterious accountant?
Irving Sparkleberg of Sparkleberg, Weintraub, and Sparkleberg. Accounting and legal services so good, it's like
Yeah. Nice try, Irving, but that plug is coming out of your next stipend.
I tried, Dad.
Have you ever hung out with Tails or Luigi? If so, is your situation with Bob any different?
I don't really know Luigi very well. Private guy, keeps to himself. Tails, you know what? People really need to stop taking shit on that guy. He really turned a corner. He's off most of the junk, steady gig down at the mall, volunteers at the Boys and Girls Club, hasn't missed a parole appointment in like 6 months. Lay off the guy. He's getting it together.
Who is the best pony?
Applejack.
Do you think Nintendo should make a deal with Sega and try to get Shenmue 1, 2, and 3 on the Wii U and some Sega...
Yes. Yes to pretty much that whole thing.
What do you think about the Wii U's launch titles?
Looks good so far. I think Nintendo Land is inspired to the point of devious way to further draw that huge swath of folks for whom the Wii was their introduction to gaming further into the Nintendo fan culture, essentially looking to turn the first generation of Wii adopters into the next generation of hardcore Nintendo fanatics. Also, come on, it's just kind of awesome that the unit whose release officially kicks off the 8th generation of consoles has one of its prime launch titles as a 2D Mario side-scroller.
Who is the best pony?
Twilight Sparkle.
Is there a physical body attached to those wigs, or are you some sort of photonic life form?
Human eyes lack the necessary grasp of the light spectrum to perceive us in full.
Who is your favorite superhero, and why?
Animal Man.
Look it up.
Which historical war period would you like to see get the Dynasty Warriors treatment?
Ooh, that's a good one.
The American Civil War, but only if the cutscenes, voice acting, and overall aesthetic are also just like Dynasty Warriors.
Rah! Taste the wrath of General Sherman!
Mwahahaha! Stonewall Jackson is invincible!
With all the criticisms regarding modern gaming culture, read Western gaming culture, being lobbed left and right by the Overthinker, especially regarding the treatment of women, I must ask for the umpteenth time, where is the Eastern perspective?
In the East, I would imagine?
Yeah, I mean, I really love the Japanese gaming aesthetic, but as much study as I've put into it, I'm still only coming at it from the perspective of an outsider, and I can't really speak with any authority as to what a given culture other than my own thinks of games within said culture.
What he said.
What is the meaning of life?
Pumpkin-flavored baked goods.
Who is the best pony?
Rainbow Dash.
What was the first video game you ever played, and what do you remember about it?
Sheriff. And I remember mostly thinking, I hope there are other games that are more good.
What is your favorite game for each established Nintendo franchise?
Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins, Wind Waker, Super Metroid, Star Fox 64, Kirby Superstar, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Pokemon Snap, Donkey Kong Country, Kid Icarus, F-Zero X, Pikmin 2, Legendary Starfy, Pilotwing 64.
Are there any cultures of the world that eat fairies as a delicacy?
Not anymore.
What's your opinion on the situation with Capcom and Mega Man? Do you really think they are so mad at Kaiji Inafune for leaving the company they want to kill the Mega Man franchise?
I honestly stopped trying to figure out when Capcom collectively broke its brain a long time ago. You might want to do the same. It's very liberating.
How do you play video games when every controller handheld is larger than your body?
Magic. Hello.
Do you like any games that your boss doesn't care for?
Ivan likes Halo. Ivan likes Halo. Ivan likes Halo. Ivan likes Halo.
I think you mean Ivan likes Cortana.
What are you, a mind reader now?
No, but I've read your perverted-ass fanfiction.
Moving on.
Do you think Sony and Microsoft have completed their next-generation consoles and are just waiting to see how successful the Wii U will be before they announce them in case they need to add a screen to the controller?
I can't really imagine either Sony or Microsoft doing something that stupid. Well, okay, maybe Sony.
The fans of the Metroid franchise seem split with the release of Metroid Other M, and I have read that Nintendo recognizes this. How do you think Nintendo will handle this?
Badly.
What was the game that you were trying to blow off just because it was too hard?
Karnov. NES version.
Has RetroThinker tried the really recent Sonic games like Generations so he can see that there may be hope for the Blue Hedgehog yet?
Given what happened last time, we're easing RetroThinker into modern gaming gradually, starting from where he left off and working upward from there.
I'm already up to Neo Geo! Hey, that My chick is in other games after Fatal Fury, right? Yes. Yes, she was. That's a really good thing.
We're gonna need to, coordinate stuff when he gets up to Dead or Alive, aren't we?
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. Who is your favorite pony?
Fluttershy?
What would Nintendo have to do at this point to make you want to swear them off for good? Where would you draw the hypothetical line?
I honestly don't know. Maybe if they, invaded a small country or something?
Who's your favorite pony?
Trixie?
What's your favorite cocktail?
Cosmopolitan?
What is your personal favorite version of fairies from a book, TV, movie, or game?
Anything by Brian Froud.
What's with you and Tinkerbell?
That knows what she did.
What are Bob's thoughts on freedom of speech and creative freedom in games, including but not limited to sex and violence? On the one hand, he has said it's okay in films and has shown he's against censorship during the Red Cross and Mass Effect videos, but on the other, he supports the pro-censorship goals of feminist frequency and frequently complains about FPS and other violent games. He's all over the place.
That's really more for, do you wanna...
No, you're showman.
Ahem. Well, I can't speak for the Overthinker, but I'd say that it's important to recognize the clear distinction between censorship, which is the restriction of one's speech and or expression by force of law, government, or some other official action of authority, and the act of curbing, adjusting, or even altering one's own speech and or expression in response to, for example, societal pressure or even a genuine change of heart. You may or may not agree with what feminist frequency or the Red Cross or whoever wants to see happen with video games or portrayals of this and that therein, but trying to effect a change in something through social or market forces is not the same thing as trying to censor something. A government policy ordering change is censorship. A boycott or a protest encouraging change is not. Big important difference.
Was the Cottingley Fairies hoax actually a hoax?
Can you keep a secret? So can I.
Who is the best pony?
Mr. Cake.
Can you tell us one video game meta topic that you think is overthought in the negative sense?
I'm not saying we'll never cover it here again, but I think the whole hardcore versus casual thing has pretty much been beat the fuck to death. It's two stupid marketing buzzwords that really don't mean anything, and we really ought to just get the hell over it.
Do you guys think that in The Legend of Zelda, the player should be able to choose between playing as a boy or a girl?
Wow, that's a really good question.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I feel like I should say yes, but I don't know. The Zelda world is so arch and Link is generally such a near blank slate already, I think it might actually make things just a step too vague if he had to start doing that BioWare thing where the exploits of the most legendary hero ever were apparently recorded exclusively using neutral pronouns. On the other hand, forget the choose part, I would not be opposed to having the next Link just be female.
Actually, that's not a bad idea at all.
I mean, it's a different incarnation of Link in a different era almost every time, right?
Mostly, yeah.
So where does it say the legendary hero always has to be incarnated as a guy?
Makes sense to me.
It's not like women can't use the Triforce, we see Zelda do it all the time.
I'm liking this more and more by the minute.
And it really wouldn't even feel cheap or gimmicky like a Mario Sisters or a girl Kratos might end up, because there really isn't anything especially or specifically masculine about Link's standard iconography. He's not really a bruiser, the green tunic is more or less gender neutral.
Design-wise, Saria pretty much was Girl Link already.
If they wanted to make sure we know it's a different character, they could make her Link with a Y or something. I think this would really work.
Would you be at all concerned about angering guys who just refuse to play as a woman on general principle?
I get the sense there aren't a lot of those guys playing Zelda to begin with.
Fair enough. What about Zelda?
What about her?
Well, would you go full swap and make Zelda a guy in this version?
I wouldn't be against it, but I don't know why Zelda couldn't still be a woman, to keep the naming scheme intact if for no other reason.
Do you really think Nintendo wants to pull that trigger?
They might, and if not, they don't have to be a couple. I mean, regular Link and Zelda aren't always automatically an item. In fact, most of the time they're either just friends or they don't really know each other all that well. Aren't they even, related in Link to the Past?
You're right. I really do think this would work. I think it's appropriate. I think the fan base would embrace it. I think gaming culture would be electrified by it. I mean, got the press coverage.
Oh, can you imagine? The coverage on this would just be massive, more so than Zelda games even usually get. This would go beyond just the gaming press. Maybe the second or third most iconic video game character of all gets gender swapped. This would be a big fucking deal culturally.
They should do this.
Yeah, Nintendo, you should absolutely consider doing this. Seriously, take a look down in the comments. I'm pretty sure you'll find a lot of people also saying yes, you should do this.
It would send a positive message.
Yeah!
Anyone can be the hero.
Yeah!
You can do whatever you put your mind to.
Yeah!
And that's why I am going to fight the RoboThinker and prove myself.
Even though that guy who saved my life specifically told me not to do that.
Yeah, wait, what?
And I'm also going to change my shirt for no reason.
Hold your fire. Identify yourself.
I am RoboThinker. My skills are Madleet.
Why have you come here?
Achievement.
I don't understand.
RoboThinker is to hardcores. Must kill for achievement.
Artillery, open fire! Air support, take him out. Fire Team Alpha, light the bastard up. Engage.
This map sucks ores. You are all to noobs. You must die.
Not so fast, RoboThinker.
Who are you?
I'm here to make sure you never find out. Overthinker? What are you doing? Step aside, Junior. I'll handle this.
Not my idea.
No, it's okay. I totally figured it out now. He's powered by a magic stone, right? Well, he's only got one. No, don't. I've got 3.
Again, not my idea.
Let's see how you stand up to the power of fire. Okay, how about some water? Okay, you asked for it. Oh yeah, so prepare to eat a big old fistful of earth magic, you mechanical...
No!
Achievement unlocked. Overthinker defeated.
Okay, you take this one. It was a good effort, man.
I am RoboThinker. I am to hardcores. You will all be pwned.